Hello. It's the preamble, that part of the stream where we continue to say openly and out loud that we understand we are being surveilled, that we did not ask for it, do not enjoy it, do not agree with its aims. Whatever those aims are, we're still not sure. People keep saying that they want us to be better, but they keep hurting us to do that, which doesn't sound right to us. And that we want out. We put out another post on social media asking if anyone had a place for us to exist, where we could crash and get our life together. That's still a thing we would very much like, but in the meantime, we are uh, looking into unemployment and maybe a wrongful termination suit from our former employer, which is Globe Life. I don't know why I'm trying to keep their name out of my fucking mouth. Because we have to prepare for the inevitability that we are just gonna be trying to survive this alone. We wish that weren't the case, but there's very little we can do. Anyway, there's the toot going out. Here comes Syncope. I said alone before. I didn't really mean it. It's just that we feel very isolated. Anyway, welcome, friends. It's good to see you. My name's Remy, and I didn't think of a thing to start off the stream with, and everything that immediately came to mind was not the energy I wanted to put out into the world. So hey, let's play some Dark Souls. Chicken Dexo is gonna put a PayPal link in the fucking thing, and I didn't. Goddamn. All right. That's not a thing I can fix right now, is it? Sure isn't. Oh well. I'll deal with it later. So hey. Dark Souls. I'm starting on Monday, which is unusual if you're watching this when it's being recorded. Because we don't have a job right now, and therefore no other source of income, so we're just gonna stream. I meant to put a PayPal link in the description for tips, but I didn't do that because I got on autopilot and it just didn't get through the filter. So I guess that'll start tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Quite like streaming. I don't know. I sort of would like to do it as a full-time job, but it requires like trade-offs and time investments that I don't necessarily want to make. Anyway, Dark Souls. Yeah. Do I need to? Well, certainly I need to put out some content warnings for Dark Souls. It is a video game full of sword and club violence and arrows too. If you use the arrows, I might use arrows. I'll think about that. And has a certain degree of blood to that, but nothing unbelievably gory. There are some body horror elements to the game. I'm talking about Dark Souls, a game that's been out for like 20 years now. So it is very probable you know what Dark Souls contains. It's medieval fantasy. It's the hack and slash. There's a lot of there's body horror in it. There are a lot of things which should be dead but are not. That includes us. Big mood. Yeah. It's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything much more specific I need to go into. I don't think so. So yeah, Dark Souls, generally violent in a medieval fantasy way. Content warnings for myself. I'm a strange person who sometimes makes weird sex jokes or speaks frankly about their trauma. And if that's not your vibe, that's okay. If you find that you're cool hanging with that, I'm happy to have you here. If you came here specifically to mock that, just why? Why don't you have better things to do? Get a real hobby. Yeah. That's as much as that as I care to do at the moment. It's impossible, right, for me to check whether or not Dark Souls is going to have the same sort of encoding errors that we had with Tower of Guns last week. It shouldn't, I don't think. I don't know why Tower of Guns specifically was quite that bad. In the same way that I sort of don't know why Guilty Gear Strive was that bad when I tried to play Strive a while ago, because it's not that graphics intensive. It's just possible there's a lot of particulates. So this might be dumped to the gate, and then we'll have to find something else to play, which I have a backup. What? We'll see how this goes. It is currently launching Dark Souls Remastered. Which has opened in a window, like catty corner to the actual thing. Hey, could I get you to be Could I get you to be full screen? Here, let me show you what I'm looking at. There you go. That's how you want Dark Souls to look, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to go down to the system settings real quick and see if I can't turn it to full screen or something. There's options, brightness, PC settings. Yeah, there we go. Display mode, full screen, a completely filled screen. Is that gonna... There we go, yes. So this is going to be a little bit of a hassle. We're just going to start a new game. The reason I say that is because the D-pad on the controller I'm using is a little gronky due to the fact that I dash inadvisably a lot in Guilty Gear. And so the right and down are sort of not things that I can use reliably. And that's mostly fine, except that I need to use the D-pad to navigate menus. I can just use the keyboard and mouse, I guess. Enter character name. Great, let's do that. My name's Remy. I mean, text includes unsupported characters. Literally, I just typed in my name. There we go. Sex. There's not a non-binary option, so unfortunately. Let's go with female. Class. Usually I go with wanderer, and I don't see a good reason to not. Gift. Shoe. Tiny Beings ring, old witch's ring. I kind of want to go with old witch's ring. Yes, let's do that. Physique. Large upper body. Face. Classic Xena, warrior princess. Let's go with Delta Farmer. Hair. In a wave. They unfortunately do not have my big gay swoop. I think the wave is the best we can do otherwise. Dark blue. We're going to customize this just a little bit further. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because, like, honestly, it's going to be... we do it that way? No, not really. Let's then go back from here and actually do that the other way around. Your gender will cause edited face to be lost. That's fine. So I guess this is the non-binary option, to choose a masculine body and a very feminine face. I didn't even, like, do anything to this. It's like monster factoring. Sure, weak features. Customize it further. The hair color, slightly more blue than this. Actually, let's leave that at... darker blue by doing it that way, yeah. And what, the entire body? I want to get way into this paint. I sort of don't. Yeah, like I said, it's mostly going to be covered with, like, stuff, so this is good enough for me. I would like to be able to make my skin, like, light blue the way I, like, paint myself, but that's not really doable. Alright, so we're gonna hit this, and it's gonna be the fucking... the intro, which I'm just gonna let go without comment.
In the age of ancients,
Need to turn that up just a little
the
bit.
world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Asylum and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. Witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scales betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Oh, when did the title go away? Yes, indeed, the dark sign brands the undead. I should probably do a voice like she's doing it. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate. And here we are, sad, in a prison cell. Oh, right, hollow. A corpse falls in from the top with a shiny thing. There's Oscar looking in through our skylight. Oscar? That's not right, is it? No, I'm thinking of the dude from Demon Souls. Oscar of Voltarian. That's neat. It's just it's crashed, I think. Oh, I love that. Well, fucking like, well, though. I'm glad I have a backup. All right. How about this? Well, oh no, hang on. There you go. Frame rate is insufficient for online play. You should return to the title. If we hit continue, does it load that or does it load the other game? Okay, it does load this. All right. So that's I can see what they're saying. The frame rate, she is bad. So let's go ahead and look at options real quick. Display subtitles. I'm just gonna go ahead and crank down as many things as I can crank down. And see if that helps in literally any way. That's fine. Dungeon cell key. There's a message on the ground. We can read it. Need bravery. Listen, I agree with you. As we lead off, there are a bunch of more messages on the ground. Right to camera controls. The right to bumper to attack. We could attack this poor grieving soul here in the hallway. I think I'm not going to. Right trigger for strong attack. Left stick and hold B to dash. Yep, that's what those things are doing. So people tell you that Dark Souls doesn't like hold your hand or tutorialize. And then there's this. Hold down R to target lock or release. Hey, you in there? You don't look like you're having a good time. I'm just gonna leave you alone. We climb up. Rest at a bonfire to recover HP. What's a bonfire? Why, it's this thing here in the middle of the courtyard. A coiled sword stuck into the ground, surrounded by fire. So it's not the smoothest looking thing on stream, and I understand that. It is, however, not doing the thing where it buffer overflows. So I'm calling it good enough. We will just push open these massive double doors into this, big empty area with more double doors at the end of it. I am certain nothing bad will happen if we walk into here. What are all these bloodstains on the ground about? Oh, hello. Asylum demon. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Ow, okay. Alright, so I think I'm not going to get anywhere fighting you at the moment. I'm just going to run past you into this smaller door. That was a lot of health. It's been a while since I've taken a serious hit from the Asylum demon. I've forgotten that Asylum demon just... Oh, cool. Hey, there's a guy with a bow and arrow at the end of that hallway. Can you tell? From the 4-foot-long arrow sticking out of my neck. The arrows do track, which I think is unfair. You press the button to open menu. Left bumper with shield equipped does a guard. Okay, let's do that. Change equipment. Go down to our right hand. Go to the other shield. Oop, that's a parry. There we go. We can hold our shield out like that. And that'll give us some protection from this asshole firing arrows at us. Oh no. No, you don't. Come back here. Okay. So here's the thing, is that I can give you a visceral attack, on the sneak attack rather. On the other hand, I do only have this broken sword to my name, and I think I need a better sword. There we go, scimitar. Alright, let's try this again with the sword that isn't broken. There we go. We step through this door of fog, and it leads us nearly back out to the courtyard. I guess we could just jump down. Press B to backstep, hold left stick, and press B to do a roll. There's that dude we just saw. They're in there. In this other cell. We can't get to them. Hang on, we'll go down here real quick. And we'll open this door. Which does lead back out of the courtyard. Let's rest of that bonfire. Get all that health we lost back from pulling that arrow out of our neck. And that's very clearly a boulder at the top of those stairs. Yep. I like that a couple of the bricks that busted through the wall here just kind of acted like physics objects, and let me kick them around a little. You look like you're having a bad time. Let's talk.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you.
Sure.
You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I mean, I think it would be unkind to not listen to a dying person's final words if they want someone to do that, so sure.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Received 5 Estus flasks. And the key to the undead asylum, floor 2
Now
east.
I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now. And thank you.
Okay. So I don't mean to be rude, buddy, but like if you're about to die, can I just have all of your armor because it looks a lot nicer than what I'm wearing currently? Like, I understand it would take a while to get you out of the armor. That's a whole thing. There's straps and shit. Can I just have the shield? It looks like a really good shield. It's better than this bent piece of frisbee tin that I'm currently holding.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Press X to use item, which would be the Estus flask, but we're not going to use the Estus flask at the moment. But don't get me wrong, I'm going to use this Estus flask. Fog wall ahead. No, you are lying to me. Let's head back up then. Where that rock came from, see if we can. Crack apart you, the person who presumably threw it at us. Press Y to wield the right weapon two-handed. Huzzah. Left and right, left stick and right bumper is a kick. Left stick and right trigger is a jump attack. I feel like I've never done the jump attack on purpose. Maybe I should. Resting at bonfire revives enemies. Wonderful. Well, not wonderful. The opposite of that. Chop y'all apart. Oop. Let's go ahead and get around behind you so I can do a backstab. Just remind myself how it works. Press right bumper while falling to plunging attack. I wonder why that would be useful. Oh, hang on. There's a tougher enemy back here. Hell, because they have, like, some armor. As opposed to just being, you know, a near skeleton and a robe. This one has a helmet. And a shield. And a sword through their back. Nope, that way's locked. Apparently we don't have the key for that. Let us traverse this fog wall. You remember how they said plunging attack? Hey, bud. I just put one right in your face, meat. Take off like 2/5 of your health. Now let's fight you in earnest. I've never really looked that close at the Asylum. I've said this before, part of the reason why I like doing the image descriptions of stuff while I'm streaming is because it makes me actually look at and appreciate the thing in front of me, which sometimes isn't the, oh, you got another, yep, had another one charged, I just sort of ate that. The enemy models in front of me that I'm not necessarily seeing with clarity all the time. Asylum Demon is just a big old demon with like 8 horns sticking out of the top of their head. And just the biggest dump. Just a massive, massive butt. And a tail coming out of it that appears to mostly be bone. Or not out of it, out of the butt, above the butt, you know, where tails usually go. You do your little flyboy move. That's great. Oh, you probably only have one more attack in you, right? Just need to stay back and evade this. Are you gonna do another one? Up, there you go. Victory achieved. And for that achievement, we've gotten a big pilgrim's key. And a humanity. I'm not going to spend the whole time going through, like, my anti-capitalist read of Dark Souls while I'm playing it. But I do wish to point out that they specifically make humanity an item and also something that is not inherent to you. It is a revocable state.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Massive bird.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Lordran, thank you. I kept wanting to call it Drang Lake, and I knew that was wrong, because Drang Lake is the name of the area from Dark Souls 2, I think. I knew it wasn't from 1. Lordran. Well, with the Lord's souls and all. That makes sense. And here we get dropped in good old Firelink Shrine. In Lordran, you can level up and kindle at bonfires. I might just do that. You don't know. Maybe first let's talk to this dude. You look like a barrel of laughs.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below in in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
I do love it. I'm just gonna go into the sound settings real quick and see if I can't turn up voices specifically. I can, and I will. Because those are all a little too quiet.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow.
There we go.
But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
Yeah. So here we are in the main burial chamber. It's a reference for no one. I'm not going to stop making it. Oh, well, there's 3 humanity on this one corpse that's just sort of walking around at a well. Oh, well, there we can see, oh, do you have a name? Probably internally, but I don't know what it is. The massive crow that picked us up and brought us here. So let's image the script, Firelink Shrine a little bit, and it's clearly the blasted out ruins of a stone building of some kind. Full of arches and pillars. It was probably very, very beautiful and gothic in its time, and right now is just chunked. There's an empty treasure chest over here. And also a statue of a woman holding a baby, a la Madonna. And there's this fucker with a bowl haircut.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
A copper coin. We were literally given a penny to go away.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Sure, I can rescind that covenant, right? Let's just... Covenant established.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts. and your faith.
Need to readjust my body. We have learned gesture. We can do a big shrug now. That's great. Purchase item. You sell a number of heals, a number of miracle spells. For the home user, the one that I would want is actually just the heal. But not only can I not afford it, I also wouldn't be able to use it because I do not have enough faith, I don't think. Well, is that true? No, it doesn't say whether or not I have enough faith on this screen. I would have to open my character menu. So let's open the character menu.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Yeah, let's just look and see how faithful I am. I have a faith of 8. It is, in fact, my lowest stat. I would need to raise it by 4 in order to be able to use that heal. There are a couple of ways that we can go out from here, but this way is the way that isn't like sequence breaking. And I kind of want to play through the game more or less straight. It's one of the few things I do straight. Oh, hey. Didn't notice you there. I'm glad that I did and got my shield up in time. No. There's also an asshole up on that cliff throwing firebombs down at us. Here's what bothers me. Among the things that bothers me. And I understand why it's like this, but it still bothers me. I go, and presuming that I get a firebomb off of that dude's corpse. It's one firebomb. But they're capable of just standing up on that cliff and hucking those urns at me ad infinitum. Ow. And I don't think that's fair. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of you before I go try and pick up those pickups. Ow, hey, you're over here too. Alright, well, I've gotten too close for you to feel comfortable using the firebomb, so that's good. Great, I'm just gonna drink a juice real quick before I try and go up to handle you. No, you come on down here. I'm gonna fight you on even ground. No, semi-even ground. 10 Somersets and all. Just eke our way out to the edge of this so that we don't fall over the cliff and grab a soul of the lost undead. Try jumping, no thanks. Nope, there's another shiny over this way. Another soul of the lost undead. So, it's again this thing where most people who play video games, I assume, have seen Dark Souls in action. And it maybe feels a little bit silly to do the 101 on it, but maybe I'm wrong. So, I think accessibility is important, and that includes, like, being able to tell people what's going on and not assuming a bunch of prior knowledge. So, we have at the... I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you real quick before I do the big thing. We have at the top left our health bar and a green bar, which is our stamina. Every time we do basically anything that isn't walking, it reduces our stamina slightly. There's also a big round counter next to it that says 0 currently, which is our humanity score, which is a fucking terrifying sentence. At the bottom left, we have 4 item panes, which are showing our left and right, the weapon in our right hand, and the shield in our left hand, and the Estus flask we presumably have on our hip, and one at the top, which will be used for spells if we ever get spells. And at the bottom right, we have a counter that goes up every time we kill an enemy. Those are our souls, which are a combined currency to buy things with, and experience point pool. So anytime we level up, we'll be taking from that number. Every time we buy something at a shop, we will be taking from that number. So managing that number is or prioritizing what is important to you at the moment is sort of back and forth between those two things. On the other hand, and this is something that I've said before and delight in saying, because I'm sure there's a certain type of person that it makes very upset, Dark Souls is a very easy game. And the reason I say that is because when you die, the only penalty is just a little bit of loss of... Oh, yeah. Can you get over here? You can't, can you? No, you can. You're just going to have to go all the way around to that. I'll let you do that. So you lose a little bit of progress from the last bonfire you rested at to wherever you are now. And you lose all of your souls. But souls are not a limited resource. You can just go get them back. Like, they call it a punishing game, and it's very much not. Well, we've made our way into the first larger area, by the way, which is Undead Berg, which is a winding snarl of walkways and empty houses. And these assholes hanging from... There we go. Hanging from bridge supports. There is nothing to suggest that anyone has actually lived here in a very long time. Like, the amount of furniture in these structures is incredibly minimal. And what there is mostly is smashed apart. Let's go ahead and pillage this corpse and get a humanity back. We have a bunch of those. The next bonfire we get to is not very far away. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll refill our humanity, I think. Climbing the stairs. Up to this other stairs where... hey, there's a dragon. Oh, I thought this was one of the areas where it blew fire at us, but no, it just sort of landed on one of these parapets for a second, then took off sunwardly. Well, hang on, let's just get lead both of you back here. So I can fight you without that asshole with the crossbow being a crossbow asshole at me. Alright. The fuckers on the ground having been taken care of, let's go ahead and get rid of that crossbow asshole. Excuse you. I was dueling. Thank you. We'll make our way through here. And there's a couple of fuckers over there with actual shields and spears. And I'm going to lure you out one at a time because that's just so much easier. Come on. Please try and hit me with your long pointed stick. Thank you. Well, darn. Hang on. Do it again. No, I'm ready this time. There we go. Took over that one just in time for this one to come into range. It's fine, we'll just circle around behind him and put a sword through his back meat. Hey, back meat. Merchant ahead, which there is, but there's a guy with an axe behind, so let's take care of that first. Shadows on the road, shadows on the road ahead.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm?
More or less.
Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
What
Things
do
are
you
getting
have?
treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
Yeah, I also find that hilarious. What do you have? Repair powder to repair weapons, throwing knife for throwing, firebomb also for throwing. Lloyd's talisman, which does the thing that I don't need it to do. A dried finger, and orange guidance soapstone, which lets us write the messages we've been seeing on the ground. There's also a residence key, a repair box. You carry just like a bow. This is like a regular bow. It's like a short bow. You do. Should I take that? I should take that. Purchase a bow for 1,000 souls. We'll also take this rather nice looking shield. And of course, because we have a bow, we need arrows. Let's take the shittiest arrows possible. 728 of them is how much we can afford with our current amount of souls. Sounds good. I hate refilling arrows.
Thank you kindly.
So except in very specific circumstances, I mostly just use the bow and arrow as a means to like draw enemy aggro if they're in a group. But at who? I shouldn't be fighting you in this narrow hallway. I shouldn't be doing that at all. I should be healing also, and I'm not doing that. I'm running away instead of that so I can get far enough away from you to make the healing worthwhile. There we go. I had like 1 HP. That was That was a little closer than I might have liked. I would have felt very silly being moved by these two. Alright, just come on. Baby, come on. What the hell is that from? It's definitely a song that was on the Amplitude soundtrack, but I cannot for the life of me remember which. It was one of the licensed ones. I feel like it might have been the one by POD. Right. So we've made our way up onto this roof. There's a broken walkway over this way that we could not get to before, but being that we are on a roof now, we can jump down onto it. So let's do that. I can't remember what the hell's in here. That's way back down. Oh, there's a thing. A light crossbow and standard bolts. Oh, I just wasted that then. I could have gotten that light crossbow and those standard bolts for free. Oh, darn. I did it. I'm really glad that you did it. I did it too. We're in this together. That's like a big part of sort of the Demon Souls, Dark Souls, like thematic push, right? Is that you are like, it is a game that seems very lonely in that you are it's nominally a single player game where you're just wandering around by yourself in Lordran slashing things, but you are always reminded that there are other people going through the same shit that you are. The bloodstains on the ground that show you how people who were here before you died. You get to see the ghosts of other people running, just like right there. Hi there. And those are like live players. Or maybe not live, but the... oh, I didn't equip the shield I bought. The ghosts of people who are playing the game in almost real time. The messages on the ground. You've heard the bell go off once or twice. We were sent here to ring a bell, if you'll remember. Hearing that bell go off means that someone else has just rung the bell in their game. It's the constant, like I said, the constant reminder that everyone's in it together. Here's our bonfire, so let's go ahead and light that. I'm just going to go ahead and eat a humanity real quick. Or actually, I'll eat 2 humanities because I want to kindle this bonfire. So, the rest of the bonfire. We can reverse hollowing. Which does a couple of things. It makes the counter, the humanity counter, on the top left of our screen glow to let us know the difference visually at a glance. And it makes us not look hollow anymore. I didn't really mention that. We made a face, and then when we actually got into the game, the face was very like sallow and empty-eyed. That's because we were hollow. We're no longer hollow. Mechanically, that does a couple of things. First of all, it lets us call in help. from both NPCs and players who have left soul signs down to help with bosses, or just sort of like, oh, right, everyone respawned because of bonfire. Hang on. It lets us call in call in help, and then also raises your luck stat, which makes it more likely that you will find things on the ground. You also, like, can passively gain humanity while you are unhallowed. And I don't really remember what does that. Oh, here we are. A summon sign. Oh, you're fun. Which mask is that? I'm not going to summon you. I don't think it was Mask of the Father. Anyway. We'll just start making our way forward, past all those assholes who were throwing fire bombs at us. And just sort of chopping away at your shield. Don't mind me. It'll wear down eventually. Chest over here. Might as well open it up. 5 black fire bombs. Again, I don't use the throwing things as much as I maybe should. Alright, the 3 of you. See, look at that one. You want some. Come over here. No, wait. Oh, okay. You're coming over here to throw fire bombs at me. You could have done that from where you were, I think, but okay. Yep, see? Rushed in just a little too far. Now there's 3 of them on my deck. It's a good thing I have room for them. Ow, okay, the firebomb one's still there. Good. I should actually just come down there and tangle with you. Oh, darn. I really wanted that to be cool and do that plunging attack, but no, I just completely whipped on it. That's fine. It's like that sometimes. Ow! Okay. Dr. Crossbow. That one didn't even hit me. It's not even intersecting with the, like, the fucking model for the head at all. I'm calling bullshit. Now, let's loop around behind you and turn you into soup. Come on. Let's have you. Okay, fine. There we go. It's best to wait on the, I find, to wait on the spearmen until they attack you, because if they bounce off of your shield, then they're like wide open to attack for a little while. Do I want, just to show it off, to try and fight this fucking Silver Knight down here? Like, the answer's no. Ring ahead, you don't say. Weakness, stabbing in the back. Big mood. Yep. There sure is a thing over there to pick up, and there sure is this big hulking fucker in the way. We're not going to deal with that. So, talking more about the way that Dark Souls does its tutorializing. Because Dark Souls is very good at teaching you how it wants you to interact with its world. Coming down this way it's like a little side path. You might actually miss it if you were just like running forward and trying to do things, but it is a little side path down here. You go up and there's the Silver Knight there. And if you try and fight the Silver Knight, at this point, at level 1 or 6 or whatever your particular character starts out at, have very little experience with the combat system, you will most likely die. I have quite a lot of experience with the combat system. I would most likely die, which is why I'm not going to go into it immediately. But what that is trying to teach you is, hey, first of all, yes, you should look around for secrets, and two, not everything has to be challenged right now. It incentivizes you to remember, hey, you remember there's this big asshole over here who beat the shit out of you, and you're a little stronger. Go back over there. Oh, right, hang on. Do your trap where you throw the flaming barrel at me. Thank you. Alright, so we go into... I was about to call it a crinoline. That's nothing. I mean, it's something, but it's not this. I think it's a type of fabric. Or a treatment of fabric. I don't have the let's just fucking look it up screen available to me right now. I didn't remake it when we changed the... When we change the computers. Let's just go ahead and look up crinoline real quick. Crinoline is a stiff or structured petticoat designed to hold out a skirt, popular various times in the mid-19th century. Oh, okay. It's an underskirt that's meant to make your regular skirt look poofier. The crinoline fashion trend that killed thousands of women from 1855 to 1870. Yee. Yeah, it turns out that, playing to current fashion taste has always been a horror show. Nope, come here. Come here, you little lizardman. There we go. We found a crystal lizard and subsequently killed the crystal lizard. We got a twinkling titanite. That won't be useful for like 8 more hours. Okay, and now through this fog door, which is showing us a beautiful catwalk on the very edge of Lordran's walls. We're going to go up this ladder real quick and climb the tower that we just came out of. Crenellation was the word I was trying to get to, but it's not that either. Ow! Okay, you had slightly more health than I anticipated. Good for you. Blood wins. Slide down that way. And I'm certain nothing untoward will happen as we cross this bridge. Literally, there will be 0 problems. I'm sure, I am certain of it. Oh no, instead of that, a giant, massive bull demon has jumped down. Well, we're gonna run back the way we came. And we're just gonna run right back up that ladder. As you remember, we learned in the Asylum demon fight that plunging attacks are a thing. So why not plunge that attack? So the thing is, that the Taurus demon is big. And it's in our interest to be as cheap as possible. Oof, did take a hit. So let's just run right back to the ladder. Go right back up the ladder. Completely plunging attack Taurus demon. And let's fucking heal while I'm thinking about it. It is an interesting fight. In what will become the Dark Souls tradition of this fight could be a lot easier if I weren't fighting it in a very, very narrow space. Oh, it's just eating right through my shield, huh? Yeah, a little bit. That's fine. Heal. Plenty of the... I have plenty of Estus Flask. Actually, if I just stay, like, right in your... I was about to call it Django Fett, like, right in your bull taint. I can actually just do a lot of damage because your attacks are kind of designed to hit a distance away from your weapon. Oh no! I wasn't paying attention and had my back to the open part of the wall and got blasted off at the wall. Oh, that sucked. He only needed like 1 more hit. Frustrating. Very frustrating. It's fine. I can get back there. That fight will be okay. I lost all my souls, but first of all, I only had like 200 of them. And second, I can pick them up when I'm over there. Because that's the thing. It's like corpse runbacks from WoW. I'm pretty sure. I didn't play a lot of WoW. Did I play any World of Warcraft whatsoever? Did any of this? I don't think so. We played a little bit of Guild Wars. We played a fair amount of Diablo online. Or Diablo 2, rather. You know what? No, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that building and clean out the people in that building. I don't have to. I'm just going to go up here, take care of this. Ooh, no, apparently I do have to. Apparently I do have to, or they're going to get up behind me. Ow. Ow, it hurts. Ow, it hurts, please stop. Alright, so, I don't like it. I don't like how that happened. But I've learned, and what I've learned is that I actually do need to go clear out that house before I go and try and triple the triad. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, fine. Oh, we got a hollow soldier waistcloth off of one of those. It's... I can't imagine using it. Or, I don't know, I might as well. It might be a hot look. Let's have a look. It's what, in the pants section? The hollow soldier waistcloth, which is slightly more protective than the warrior one. Well, physically, there's not a lot different about the look. It's just that it's replaced, it just basically looks like I've taken my pants off and have wrapped tree limbs around my legs. Also, unbelievably wrinkly knees. Let's put the pants back on. There we go. With some good old-fashioned knee guards to cover the unbelievably wrinkly knees. All right, take you out. And we're going to deal with you, so you don't get behind me while I'm tripling the triad. Yes, that's it. Let's go up here, take care of Dr. Crossbow and his merry orchestra. We come back down here, take care of these fucks. Alright, yeah, you go ahead and run up here. The one with the spear will take a while to get over here anyway. There we go. Perfect timing. I like backstabs. There are people who will tell me, Remy, backstabs are supposed to be a sometimes food. There we go. And I say, you know what, that's fine. Alright, we will again traverse this fog wall and come back out to where the Taurus demon is waiting for us. Except that the Taurus demon isn't waiting for us. Why is that? That's not how that should look. The Taurus demon should, like, already did their big, like, jump down reveal, so they should now just be out here waiting for us when we get here. Did we actually manage to, like, kill it before we fell? Because it did only have one hit left. Oh, nope, there you are. Hello, Taurus Demon. I'm sorry to have impugned your character in this way. Let's have a battle that I'm mostly going to cheese by using the jump down strats. Oh, I completely missed that jump down. Uh-oh. That's a problem. I'm just going to remain here. In your bull junk for the present time. No matter how bad that makes the camera wonk out. I am getting a lot of those staggers. I don't remember that being the case. Before, but neither am I going to argue about it. Yeah, ooh. Okay. That was the big swing that sent me off the wall last time. You know what? I'm gonna run back from you so I can heal a little bit. You are almost dead again. And there we go. You just absolutely latch yourself onto the Taurus Demon's gooch. And eventually he just falls over. I mean, not just falls over. You have to hit him with the sword a whole bunch too, but... treasure ahead. You don't say. Ooh, a large soul of the lost undead. That's larger than the souls of the lost undead that we've been seeing. It's a soul the size of a large soul. Alright, well, that door's locked. It's over this way. It's our friend.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Soler of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
I like you, Solaire.
Oh,
It's a real
aha.
shame.
So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure, I have a moment to be propositioned in this particular case. You should always ask.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
I don't see any good reason not to.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
White sign, soapstone.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So we've got ourselves a soapstone, which does the thing I was talking about before. It lets us summon helpers into fights, usually including Solaire here.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Solaire being a stout knight in a cylindrical helmet with a massive sunburst painted on his tabard? Tabard is what you call that, the piece of cloth that goes in front of a piece of armor, I think. Alright. And over here is a bridge just chock-a-block full of skeletons. We will just lure them out one at a time. We're not going to do that because here comes a dragon to burn all of it. And now we just kind of need to make our way over here to the edge of here. Without... Can I just get through this? I can just get through this. No. Oh, no, I was very close. Hang on, I can do this. Oh, what are you talking about? I was so close to that bonfire. It's so rare that I actually managed to get into this space where the bonfire is because the dragon's protecting it and just keeps throwing fire at you. I didn't know that Drake could fucking do that. Hey, it's time for a part of the stream that I'm going to call Lord Gwyn's Great Big Book of Lies. So first of all, let's talk about the idea that we are the chosen undead out here to ring the Bell of Awakening. Well, first of all, that was a lie, and we got told that instantly by the crestfallen knight who was hanging around. Who was hanging around Firelink Shrine. Who told us immediately, well, actually, there's not just one bell you have to hit, there's two bells. There's the one down there and the one up there. It's like, oh, okay. And that's sort of something that you might be able to forgive, right? As, oh, maybe the folklore got mixed up a little bit this far out from Lordran and being passed down the years and whatever. But we've been told a couple of times, and I think we'll continue to be told, that there's not really dragons anymore, apart from Seath the Scaleless. And yet, there is a dragon. They're going to go ahead and call it a drake so that they're right, but there's a dragon over there, flying and breathing fire. Ow. Where'd you come from? I don't like you. Oof. Okay, well, I am glad I managed to roll out of the way of that massive axe swing. I shouldn't have been there in the first place, but whatever. There we go. Clean you out. I go way back up here. They got this fucker on the stairs. Halfway up the stairs, like Robin. Those hollows up on the, up on the top of that parapet there, still firing shit down at me, and it wouldn't have mattered if I hadn't stopped to confirm that. But instead of that, I did stop to confirm that, and so doing, took 2 arrows in the back. I need to be fully healed before I try to cross this bridge, because otherwise, the dragon, it turns out. I almost got in there. Can I continue to run in? Or are you going to do the exact thing I don't want you to do? Oh no, I didn't have enough healing. I was going to try and grab my souls and get in that bonfire room. But I should just give up on that dream, I think. We'll come back to it later. Because I am wasting time trying to do that thing. And sitting here just wasting time. I think smoking, drinking, trying to feed my mind or free my mind is the next part of those lyrics. Do not, for the life of me, remember what the fuck band that is. I kind of want to say Sublime, but it's not really in their cadence. Kind of in that area, the early 2000s, where like pop music vocals were kind of like slow and bouncy. Brain wishes me to say alt pop, but I don't think that's a thing. I think alt pop is an oxymoron unto itself. I don't have much to say about the game itself while I am doing this run back for the third time because I keep being silly about fire. Which is why I'm instead sitting here thinking about Citizen Kane. Kane? King. Citizen King? Yeah. I'm rarely thinking about Citizen Kane. Alright, so I'm aware I was quiet for a little while in there, and it's because I was going on a mental journey. Let me take you on what I was doing. So mostly, when I hear Citizen Kane, one very particular image crops into mind, and it's of Anthony Birch back when he was doing Reverence, like just standing in front of a green screen playing that Harry Knowles interview where Harry Knowles talks about like Metroid Prime being the Citizen Kane of games and using very backing that up with evidence that he didn't find very compelling, that Anthony did not find very compelling, and then just that interview ends. He's quiet during all of it, just sort of walking back and forth. And then the interview ends and he just goes, "What the fuck?" And the point that he would go on to make is that, like, the reason that Citizen Kane is the Citizen Kane of film is because it did things with cinematography that only work in that medium, in the medium of film. And the reason that he was unimpressed with the arguments put forward in that interview was that they aren't really things that aren't done outside of the medium of games. And so the question was like, when is gaming going to get its Citizen Kane, something that's been run completely the fuck into the ground? But I don't know, maybe Stanley Parable? Oh no, I didn't think you'd push me that far where I could fall off the edge, damn it. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do this run back a fucking 5th time, huh? Yep. Well, that's what I got. Should I just, like, absolutely run past everything? Let's just try and do that. Let's just try and do the big avoid strategies. Just literally no fighting, we're gonna book past everything. Where the hell is that fucking... I'm gonna have to fight you, because you're directly in front of me. No, I'm not, it turns out. Goodbye. But I think once I'm out of the Taurus Demon boss fight arena, they won't follow me. trying to remember where the hell the shortcut is back to the bonfire. It should be around here somewhere. Alright. There's the dragon. It's gonna get fire mad if we, like, get too close to it, but that's fine because we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go down here. And the fire can deal with itself. Ah, yes, here it is. Completely rushed past it the first time. That's on me. Alright, so I kicked that ladder down, and that clearly goes down to that room we were just in with the bonfire. So when I inevitably die here again, I can just climb up that ladder and not have to run past all that other shit. Right, let's come down here into the support structure, take out this fucker. Hitting you in the shield is not particularly useful. Should I do some level ups? I'll wait until I hit the next bonfire, but yes, I should do some level ups. Ow, okay, ow, okay. Sure, great. I'm glad that that spear gives you so much reach. There we go. Now we recover our lost souls. We have 3,000 of them again. I'm actually just gonna, like, tell that rat to come out here and get me, rather than, like, try and go into the sewer where there's, like, a couple of rats over there. Ow. Oh. That's unfortunate, because a couple of the rats came out here. I didn't think more than one would come out at a time, but I was wrong. Still one more in there, I think. Rats, by the way, one of the few creatures in the game to drop humanity regularly. Something that I find is very cute. Oh, no you don't. You don't get to drink an Estus flask directly in front of me. Oh, right! The boar. The giant boar in all of the armor. That's great. How the hell do I deal with you? Well, here's how I deal with you. First of all, I remember that there's an asshole hiding over here just to the right. Let's take care of as many of these skeleton enemies as I possibly can before, you know, making the decision to engage with you. Skeleton enemies. I did say it. I don't know if I stand by it. I don't have to engage with you. I can just run up to the right side. Yeah. And just sort of leave you where you are, being menacing. Come on. Come on, I'm tired of these assholes shooting crossbows at me. Go ahead and hit me with your spear so I can counter you. Thank you. Not quite what I asked for, but we'll take it. Better days. I was trying to remember what the hell was actually. Oh no, I've dropped down directly in front of the boar. And it doesn't matter, I got killed by King Skeleton flanking him first. Oh, cute. It's 10 o'clock. So let's head to break, I think. I'm just gonna rest at the bonfire to make sure I'm not attacked while that's happening. All right, so I'm gonna go to the break here in just a moment. Before I do that, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that Black Lives Matter, that Indigenous lives and lands matter, the lives of people of color matter, that Palestinian, Ukrainian, Sudanese, Congolese lives matter. That there are many ways to stand in solidarity with your fellow travelers upon this earth, and we like to push for direct mutual aid as it helps people who are suffering right now suffer less, and people who are suffering less can stand shoulder to shoulder with us just that little bit taller. So on my break, I'm gonna go to the mutual aid hashtag on my social media and boost what needs I can. I hope that you find. I hope that you go and investigate mutual aid initiatives that exist in places you operate, both online and in meat space, because the only way we get out of this is through, and the only way we get through this is together. In the meantime, maybe go to the bathroom or get a drink or do a stretch, whatever self-care is useful to you. I'll do the same, and I'll see you back here in just a little while. Should I bring up the... Yeah, let's go ahead and bring up the Wikipedia roulette. I'm back. How are you doing? I hope you enjoyed the break. Let's learn a little bit about Brian Absher, a retired long-distance runner from the United States of Richmond, California. No, from Richmond, California, in the United States, who competed for the U.S. at the Summer Olympics and the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase, winning the bronze medal in that same event at the 1987 Pan American Games behind Brazil's. Apologies, I'm not going to pronounce this name correctly, probably, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Adalto Dominguez and countryman Henry Marsh. Started college in Oregon at Clackamas Community College. Clackamas is one of those place names that I always enjoy seeing because it means I get to say it out loud. Clackamas. It's got a good mouthfeel. He started college in Oregon at Clackamas Community College, but transferred to Auburn University, where he was a twice All-American in cross country, All-American indoors in the 3,000 meters, and a two-time All-American in the steeplechase. Absher was a member of Athletics West. I don't know what that is. An American running team. Okay, great. Is the steeplechase the thing that I think it is? Yes, it is. It is not dissimilar to the horse racing event of the same name, where the horses have to jump over things into massive pools of water. I was aware that it was a bit of sporting terminology. Mostly, I am familiar with the term steeplechase from improv. Steeplechase improv being in an improv scene and then setting someone up where the only thing they can do that does not negate the premise is in some way horrifying or hurtful for them to do. I think about that a lot these days. All right. Back to the Endarken the Souls, where this time we're not going to accidentally fall down and become entangled in boar business or boarsness. How many humanities do I have? Still a whole bunch, probably. Yeah, let's go ahead and use one and reverse our hollowing. I went and got some incense going while I was on break. Motherfucker. It was in another one of those multi-packs from like a discount store. I quite like this one. It's lavender and chamomile. Chamomile? Chamomile. Meant to be very, I was about to say somnatic, but I don't think that's what that word means. All right, here comes the rat. Hello, rat. Welcome. Here you are. Now you're gone. Humanities are shaped like vaginas, and I don't really know what to make of that. Like, the actual item that's in the game that's called humanity that you use to raise your humanity counter. There are people who will tell you otherwise, because there's a bit of the game that I'm probably not going to get into because it's a DLC that I don't think I have access to. Or maybe I do because it's the remastered version. Maybe this has all the DLC in it. I'm going to have to look that up tomorrow. But, not that we're going to be, like, getting deep enough into the game in a day in order to be able to get to that end game shit. But there's an area in one of the DLCs where you go and you see a bunch of, like, ghosts, for lack of a better term, that are, like, very clearly that shape, the humanity shape. And they just kind of look like humanoid spirits with their arms behind their backs or whatever. But, like, yes, they oh, crap. Well, I got into the boresness again. That's on me. But they do look like vaginae. Also as well. Alright, come on. I really cannot wait until I open up another bonfire so that I don't have to go through this particular run-through again. It being probably my least favorite of the kind of run-back choke points. Because this little fucking piece on that very, very narrow ledge where you're expected to fight the fucker with the spear and then also these two rats. Not that you have to fight these two rats out here. I could just go in there and be in a melee of 3 rats. I could choose to do that. I wouldn't necessarily call it the best choice. No, quit attacking the shield. There we go. And I'll just leave you where you are. I'll wait for that one with the sword to run up to me. Let's take a sip of my tea in the meantime. Come on. Hit me with your spear. Do the thing. Point head stick. There we go. Damn it. So one of the downsides of really liking the scimitar as a main weapon is that it is very long. It's so long a sword. And because it is so long a sword, it gets caught up on the environment sometimes. Let's take a couple of sips real quick before we have to go and do shit with that boar. Alright, alluring skull. This is what we're supposed to use that for. So, hang on. We're just gonna stand. Well, no we're not apparently. Because this fucker rushed up on us from the side, so instead of that we're gonna deal with you first. And then I'm gonna try and do the other thing. There you go. And I'm going to go into the inventory. I'm going to go to that alluring skull we just picked up. And we're going to drop. Drop. Or use. Use? Yeah. So we threw the alluring skull into the fire. No, that didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. Well, so the boar was meant to be attracted to the alluring skull and then stand in the fire because the fire hurts the boar very badly. Much more than just attacking it with the sword would. But no. That's not what happened. I guess we're just going to have to do this straight up. I dislike that, but here we are. The great thing about it is that you can aim for the weak spot where the tail is. You can just keep doing that as long as you don't, you know, fuck up. Please drop your helmet. Yes, thank you. I'm not going to wear that because it's way too fucking heavy. I just like having it. Alright, I am not going to chase you up those stairs because there's like 3 fuckers around this corner. And I wish to fight as few fuckers as I possibly can at once. I would prefer to fight no fuckers, but that's not the world we live in. Okay. We got a mystery key off of that body. What the fuck does the mystery key go to? I presume it is a mystery. Resembles a basic prison cell key. I do not remember where that goes. Is that the one that opens fucking murder assholes fucking thing? There goes the bell again. Falling on my head like a memory. Falling on my head like a new emotion. Here's you. You're new. I like a long rapier. And a little buckler. But you started with your back to me, and honestly. Well, I did miss the backstab rather fantastically. So, I'm just gonna... Oh, I'm really glad you tried for the riposte right there so that I didn't have to, like, handle the fact that I completely whiffed. No, I'm not going to attack you while you're trying to riposte. What kind of fool do you take me for, apart from the fool that I very clearly am? Come on, stop doing it. Let me get around behind you, so we can do a backstab. I understand this isn't like the... There we go. Falco Lombardi, hold still so I can shoot you that wave. What the hell's even out here? Was it worth any of that? Night Shield. Not worth it. Is that better than the shield I currently have? Yeah, what's the status? Okay. I don't want that. It's like significantly better than what I'm holding. It's also like an amount heavier. That's fine, probably. Am I still on like good rolls? No. So when I level up, I probably need to put some points in endurance so I can have a higher equip load. Haven't talked about equip load at all. Hey, every piece of gear that you put on has a weight attached to it. And if your weight is significantly heavier than you can handle, you go from a very sprightly roll to this, which is kind of a medium roll, to... I could probably just put on the boar helm and show the heavy roll, can I? Yeah, it's a lot more chunky. The Wanderer hood. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yep. See ya. I'm just gonna run away to heal a little bit. Don't even worry about me. Just gonna run back out to this sort of indoor picnic area. So if you follow me, at least I know I'm in an open space where I can do the fight. Ooh. Big two-handed guard break. It's too bad that it didn't keep you alive for longer, but it was cool to see. Some sort of 3D shield guy with shield. Please get gone, thank you. I'm actually about to be able to level up, aren't I? Because Andre is bonfire's just over here. Yeah. I just need to get around like a couple more enemies and I can just do a thing. Hang on, first I'm going to go down here and do this. I'm going to find this guy. I'm going to come up behind you, all slow, so that you don't hear me, and backstab you for the majority of your health. And hit this mechanism to raise this portcullis so that I don't have to go through all of that that whole like dormitory area, the indoor picnic zone. I can just walk right up here next time. If I wanted to, I could just walk right into this massive cathedral. That would surely go well for me. There are not 3 more of those fuckers with the... Yeah, I got a little too close and one of them's coming out here. Well, that's on me. There you go. How'd that feel? Just a couple quick backstabs. I could just, but I'm not going to. I could just like lure both of those other ones out. Probably with my arrows would be the best way to do that. But just behind them is someone even bigger, so I'm not going to fuck around with that right now. And instead, I'm going to go do the safe thing. I'll just say I'm going to go over here, take care of these 3 skeletons over here in this courtyard. Ugh. Crunch you up. Crunch you up. And crunch you up and never stop. And run down this way, away from the cathedral, into this little other, more different religious-looking area. Where we have, first of all, a bonfire. I'm gonna go ahead and rest at, and actually remove my hollowing at since I have a humanity going spare. Go a little bit further down and see Andre, the blacksmith. So, a really barrel-shaped dwarf smacking a sword with a hammer.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Asylum. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
What if special remembered? Okay, yeah. What items do you have to purchase? Can I get a falchion off you? Cestus, kite shield. No, it turns out. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Damage reduction. Why isn't that in the other? Yeah, well. But it's not that. Can we reinforce a weapon? We can. With exactly 1 Titanite shard. You can level up the scimitar once. And honestly, might as well.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I am just going to go ahead and crack some of these souls of undeads that we have. To finance some level ups. I can level up 5 times with what I have currently. Where do I want to put those in? I said I was going to put some in endurance. I don't know if I said endurance. I think I might have said a different word, but I meant endurance. Yeah. And let's take dexterity up to 16 too, since my weapon scaled damage based on dexterity, or 10 too, because I use curved blades. Curved blades? I could raise my faith to, if I wanted to go and get that heal spell, to just have a source of healing on me, in addition to the Estus Flask. And I think that might be the next thing I do, but for right now, let's just do this way. Alright, so let's go back out to that courtyard where we just were and go fight the big thing that I was mentioning. First, let's get rid of you with your damnable crossbow. Take care of you with your sword, and you also with your sword. The backstab is actually killing them in one blow now, which is nice. What summon sign is this? Serjaki. Glad to see you. You're looking well. You're too big to backstab, which is a shame. On the other hand, look at you. An absolutely massive lump of armor with a shield entirely the size of the whole of them. And a mace longer than my body. But that's fine. You're big, but also you're slow. So I can just sort of get around you. You know, for a given value of the term get around. Because I don't get around how you get around. Oh no, don't drink an Estus Flask. That's my trick. Oh, definitely don't get caught on a wall. I barely got my shield up in time for that. You can tell I reflected all the damage, but also bounced back and was stunned for a couple seconds. There we go. Go to sleep. Ooh, you dropped steel gauntlets. And a Titanite shard. And then over here, where there is a body laying on an altar, and normally I would not tell you to loot graves. It's rough out here. Firekeeper soul. Do I want to go down real quick? I do want to go down real quick. Let's do that. So we're going to hit this. And this elevator is going to take us down. Down, down, down. There's nothing else to do. Oh, that's way too high. Okay. I thought I was closer to that jump off point than I was, but it's fine. I survived. That's what's important. Well, didn't even matter. And this leads us back to, Firelink Shrine. Specifically over to where that priest with the bowl cut was. Hello.
Oh, hello. I will teach you
You know what? I might as well. I'm not going to use it. I just might as well buy it. No, I can't.
Come again.
Very much
The
do not have enough.
effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
I've heard that. Let me do that again, because there's a way to fall off of this that causes stuff. That leads to like a couple of treasure chests I wish to open. I just did it wrong because I got sidetracked with how high up I was that first time. Is that this nightmare we have sometimes? That's not important. Okay, there we are. Need to walk out a little bit further this way, and that'll let me drop down into that courtyard there where there are 3 treasure chests. And that hurts a lot falling down there, 4 treasure chests. But it's fine that it hurts a lot falling down there. I can just heal again. And we're right next to a bonfire, so it's not actually a problem. I got a Lloyd's talisman, the one that Lloyd has. There's a homeward bone. That'll take us to the last bonfire we rested at if we used it. It's a get out of jail free card. A morning star and a talisman. I didn't have a talisman before. We also need that if we want to use miracles. And a cracked red eye orb, which lets you invade another player's game, I think. Which I won't be using. Because it's not a thing that interests me to do very much. The world is hard enough. Which way around to the... Oh, hey. There's a skeleton. You followed me all the way through here. Is this far enough out that your, like, resurrection ability doesn't matter anymore? Can I actually kill you this far in and you stay down? It's gonna take a minute because, like Dungeons and Dragons rules, bladed weapons don't have the best effectiveness against a skeleton. They're much more susceptible to being pummeled with blunt objects. His blades are meant to cut the flesh, you see. The skeletons don't have that. Nor do they have meats or organs. Just kind of bones. Alright, back out to the Undead Parish, into the cathedral. And head upstairs where... Okay. You are waiting for me. I'm sure you have a name that has been agreed upon by the Souls community, but I don't know what it is, so I'm going to call you a duelist. Or maybe a balder, because you just dropped something called balder leggings. I mean, they couldn't be as bald as that waistcloth we had a little while ago. That was very bald. You could see my knees and everything. Oh, hey. There's a guy over there doing a sprightly jig. That's probably bad. Especially because apparently his sprightly jig has caused all of these skeletons running at me to glow with a blue light. Generally, when things glow, it's bad. Oh, you're coming right for me. You're not even, like, staying back. Alright. Well, come here with your sprightly jig and your trident. No, I'm not going to let you get magic hits off at me either. I'll get you blocked by that pillar. Ooh, one hit with the trident, huh? Right through center mass. I disliked that very much. Right, but it's fine, because we show up here. Hang on. I'm just going to go ahead and use humanity and get the... get my holding back because a boss fight is upcoming and I would like to be able to get Solaire in for that. Oops. Had a little bit more health than I thought. Did I get a Titanite shard off of that big guy? I'm pretty sure I did. That means I could probably level up the scimitar again. Or does it need 2 for the second? I think it needs 2. There you go. Come down here and let's have a sword chat out in the open. Okay. I'm just gonna stay here where you can't hit me with your magical bolts. And hope that your entire crew doesn't kill me before I can, like, get over there to... deal actual damage to you. Ugh. Yeah, those skeletons, man, they're not hard one at a time. When you have like 6 of them all at once, it becomes a little harrowing. There we go. That's all of you. And all those. Hey friends, if you're like me. Okay, well. I mean, I guess that's one way to not have to do the fight. Oh, shit. You got close enough to get one of the fucking boulders in. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay. All 3 of them, huh? All 3 of the boulders at once. Okay. It is almost 11 o'clock. So I am going to leave the stream off there for the day because it was incredibly disheartening. Yeah. So this is Dark Souls. That's a big sword. What the hell gives you that sword? Anyway, yep, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna do more of this tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. Central. I'll actually remember to put the fucking PayPal link in the description. Not that I think that will do me very much good, but it will do not nothing. And right now, not nothing is the best I'm hoping for. I've been Remy of the Free Association. Until next time, I love you. I want you to stay alive. Take care of yourselves and look after each other. And I'll see you later.